My name again is Kenny Selinjoji from Shuape Limited. I want to take us through a very quick support tutorial, and that is one, we are learning how to set up for a new term that is changing from term 2 to term 3. Then secondly, today we want to learn how to do billing on the Shuape School Information Management System. So first and foremost, to dear clients, this is always our start point where we have to log in using our email address and the password. So once you put in the right email address and the password and click your login button, it will drive you into your system and you will be in position to see your name of school, the school code, the number of learners you have on your portfolio or school system, how many transaction counts you have so far, and what is the balance for that particular term. So because we want today to study about changing term, like you see we are still operating in term 2, and then we need to emphasize to each and every individual that as we are hitting term 3, let us change and set up the system to term 3, because this will help you capture all payments that are done in that particular term to read term 3 payments. So to do that quickly, we shall still always utilize going to the schools, to the general settings, where we have a bunch of features like school settings. So go to general settings and click school settings. Once you click on the school settings, you're going to see all this information, and you're going to select still basic settings. So under basic settings, just go on and scroll down. If you're using a mobile phone, just scroll down and until you find where there is set active term. So at this point we have term 2, which is the set term. So we click the button which is set active term. So we need to set up for the new term, and that is term 3. So we shall come here and click the drop down arrow and select that we are operating in term 3 2024. So after you've selected your particular term, kindly go on and proceed and click the set term button. The blue button which is set term, it will set up for you for the next term. So all payments that are being made are now going to be reflecting or reading term 3. So being that we've finalized with setting up our term, we need to also learn or teach our dear friends how to actually bill for the next term. Now, how do we bill on the Shuape system? Still, we have the general settings, and we are always under school settings. So once you click on school settings, we have a place where we have fee structure. Ensure that your school, you set up your fee structure. How do we set up a fee structure? Go to settings and then look for fee structure. So once you click on the fee structure, you're going to see a bunch of classes. If it's a secondary school, you'll see senior 1 to senior 6. If it's a tertiary institution, still the same. If it's a lower section like primary, you're going to see baby to primary 7. So the names of the classes, before them there is always a radio button. If you remember, we said this radio button will always help you to select an item. So once I select, for example, middle, it's going to highlight the middle class, and it's also activating another button up right here, which is the more information. So once I click the more information button, it's going to show me that you've selected middle class, and yes, you have day tuition which is 0 and boarding tuition which is still 0. So how do we set up the fees for that particular class? We come to this base tuition, and then we have the pencil icon which supports us to edit. So I click the pencil icon, and here we go. We have the base tuition, which is day amount is still 0 and the borders are still 0. So we enter in the figure. How much do the day learners in our school pay? So for example, we can say this still pay 200,000, and if at all boarding pay, we might say they pay 500,000, and then you can always click the submit button. So after you've set up your fee structure that this is the best tuition or the school fees that my learners in this class, they pay 200,000, and my learners in boarding school pay 500,000. So that is the standard setup. In any case that you have your learners paying for different items that you want also to include on that particular fee, you can click the add item, and then you can indicate the name of that item. For example, it can be tour that you want also to include for that particular term. You can say tour and then the amount that the scholars for tour, they will pay this amount and the boarders will pay for this amount. Then click the submit button. That amount will also reflect right here and will also read when the parent is trying to make a payment. So having done this, meaning we've set up our fee structure right well, we can close using the close button, and then we come to fees transactions. So under fees transaction, if you're able to see, we have got append fees, which is billing learners the entire class, and then bills where we do the different adjustments, because we believe schools and other members don't pay the same amount. So we can do manual adjustment utilizing the bill item here. So let's first try with billing the learners class. For example, we can click append fees, and once we click append fees, we have a choice. So we are given a point where we have to select the classes. For example, we can click the class, and if it is baby class you want to bill, go on and proceed and say we want to bill baby class. If you want to bill for middle class, select middle class, and they are going to populate for you or show you that the day scholars in middle class, they pay an amount of 200,000. The boarders are paying 500,000. So proceed and go on and select the term you're billing for. That is term 3. Remember, we set the term first, and then select that we are billing for term 3 2024, and then click the append bills button. Once we've clicked the append bills button, we are going to see two options. One, do you want to append or bill learners with previous balances, that is balance from term 2, or you want to bill learners without balances. Now, if you're billing, dear members or dear friends, if you're billing and you're well sure that the balances from the previous term are right and very correct as the system reads, kindly you can proceed and click append with balances. So this will carry the previous balance to the balance carried forward column. In case you're not sure of the right balances on your system, you may decide to say append with drop balances, which is the issue to the new schools joining in. Always click append with dropped balances. So this meaning you're going to select append with drop balances, billing the exact amount for that particular term according to the fee structure set. Before you proceed, they will ask you, please confirm you want to append or drop balances. So if you proceed and click OK, this is going to activate or bill all those learners in that particular school this uniform amount. For example, if we say OK, it's going to bill all learners a uniform amount which is set under the fee structure. So there we go. The system is now billing all our learners an amount of 200 each. That is for the day scholars, and it's going to also give 500,000 shillings on all the learners that are registered as boarders. So let's give it a few minutes. It will finish billing the learners, and then we can proceed to learn also. If at all we don't have people paying a uniform figure, how do we make adjustments using a SurePay system? I believe this will help a lot of us out there, and if you have more concerns on this, kindly don't ignore calling us for more clarity and more support. We are here to support you, and we are here to work with you to see that we make our schools the best entities ever. Now that it has loaded to 94%, I think it's going to make yes 100. Now there we go, we can click the return button, meaning we have now billed all learners in that particular class. So what we do now, we can come to bills and we see if we have all our learners billed. If we have all our learners billed, and that is the middle class so far, you may see that all learners that are in our school, they have a uniform figure which is 200,000. However, we might have some learners that don't pay the same amount. So how do we rectify the right amount on each and every learner? So we can select this learner, for example, Hajara, and once we select, it's going to highlight for us the new button, which is the more information button. Kindly proceed and click that information button, and then proceed and click the edit button. So once you click on the edit button, you may decide to either increase or reduce according to the payment you negotiated with the parent. If this parent is coming in and we negotiated that our learner will have to pay 150, so the new amount I'll put in will be 150,000. If this amount is beyond 200,000, so still I'll put in maybe 300, depending on how you negotiated. So this is how we change the bill from the standard set structure to the right amount negotiated. So you proceed and click the submit button. So this is going to actually roll out this learner with their right amount specified on each of them. So you may proceed for all the rest of the learners, and I believe it will support you. To schools that have been working previously and you want to set up your balances quite better, you may decide to click the edit button and put the actual figures, or you may please call in for more support and information on how to support you on setting up the right balances on each and every person's system. But currently this is how you bill for the new term, and this is how you make adjustments for those learners. Thank you for now, and we pray that you make it well, and we shall be glad to see you excelling and to see your schools prospering. May really God bless you. Bye bye for now.